Hi, welcome to Mr. Otter Studio. Today we are going to be making these very spooky milk carton haunted houses. I love this project because you can make it with things you can find around your house. So these are the things you need. You need a milk carton. You could also use a goldfish carton, something that looks like this. It doesn't have to have milk in it. The second thing you need is some black paint, and this is just very cheap black acrylic paint, a paintbrush, something to put your paint in. You also need an Xacto knife. Get an adult's help if you think you're gonna cut yourself. This is the most dangerous part of this project. And you're going to need some yellow crepe paper and some LED lights. I found these at the dollar store as well. You can do this project two ways. Well, you could do it way more than that, but I'm gonna show you two ways to do it. The first way is to paint it, then cut the windows out. The second way is to draw the windows on there and the doors before you paint it and cut them out, and then paint it. Also, it's nice to sketch out some ideas before you start drawing on the milk carton. So you can do this if you want, just grab a scratch piece of paper and draw 2 to 3, 3 to 4 ideas on there of haunted house windows. Mine don't look super haunted, but it's black, right? So that looks kind of haunted. Okay, so go ahead and draw. If you're going to draw it first and then paint it, go ahead and draw your windows and your doors on there. Grab your Xacto knife and start cutting. Be really careful that you don't cut your fingers or your hand or anything. I just don't want anybody to get hurt. So just use the Xacto knife to kind of pop those windows out. I usually just kind of put it under what I've cut and pop it out forward. You can also reach in after and grab it and pull it out. I honestly think it's easier to draw and cut these out after you paint it, but you can do this method if it works better for you. Now you want to just paint it all black, cover the whole thing. Now you can actually see those windows I cut out and how one of them just totally ripped. So just make sure you cover it, cover all sides, anything that you can see. The only part you don't need to paint is the bottom. I even paint inside the spout. If yours looks like this, just cover it with more layers of paint and be aware that yes, if you scratch into it, you're going to be able to lift some of the paint off. Okay, now if you want to paint it first and then cut your windows out, all you're going to do is scratch into it with your Xacto knife to draw it, and it actually, at least if your carton's not black, it's pretty easy to see. So just draw your windows on there with your Xacto knife and very carefully cut it out, making sure you do not cut your fingers or your hand or get injured in any way, because even though this is a Halloween project, I do not want anybody to get hurt. And again, if you're worried about getting hurt, just ask an adult for help. I just like to cut all of the vertical lines at the same time and then all of the horizontal lines at the same time. It seems to work for me. All right, so this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to cut out a square on the bottom. I'm not gonna go all the way to the edge. And this is basically just so I can put my light. I can put my light on the table and then just set this right on the top. It makes it a little bit easier for displaying it, for getting the light in. Also, I didn't want to cut a hole in the back and have some of the light escape out through the back. I wanted it to be concentrated inside of it. So there you go, that's what it looks like. Very nice square. All right, now we're going to cut out the yellow tissue paper. So just place your carton over it and kind of trace a triangle or a square, the shape of one side of your box or your carton. Not going all the way up. Then you're going to cut it out. And we're just going to be using tape to tape it inside of there. So just grab a piece of tape, attach it to the tissue paper, lift up your milk carton and attach it inside to the front. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just attaching it right on the top inside. You can't really see it, my hand's in the way, but there it is. Now you can see how it looks. And you can also attach it on the bottom if it won't stay. You want it to be right against the edge. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I have the yellow paper in there, so it looks like there's lights on it. During the day it'll look nice, and then at night it'll look cool because we're gonna put these LED lights under it. So turn them on, place it on your table, and then place the haunted house over the top. These are really cute little tea lights. Also, really quick, you might want to touch up any pieces that got scratched or whatever and let it dry. Mine's shiny because it's not dried. And then place it over your tea light and you're ready. So this is what it looks like. This is just on the mantle at my house. And the cool thing with these LED lights is when the lights are off, they flicker. So I don't know, it just looks spooky. More like a candle, less, it looks less artificial to me than just a long light. So this is where cheap is better, you know? These cheap LED lights are actually great. And I did get them at Dollar Tree if you're trying to figure out where they are and you live somewhere in the United States. I don't know if they have them everywhere, but Dollar Tree is a great place that I've been able to find Halloween supplies. Anyway, happy Halloween. Thank you so much for joining me and good luck. And reuse, reduce, and recycle, that's the way to be.